Last time we enabled user sign out and made sure that when users signed out they weren't able to press the back button to get back into the app. So in other words, we cleared the activity stack. In this one I was originally going to get the data from the Firebase database and populate the user profile, but I think this is a good time because I've realized I made some poor design decisions when I started building this app. I just kind of started building it. I didn't think a whole bunch about how I was going to things that I could problems I could run into down the road. And so the profile activity, basically I want to change to a fragment system so that when we navigate to the profile it's going to pull up a fragment, and it's just going to make things easier down the road. So that's what we're going to work on in this one. So basically we're going to create a new layout for the profile because it's going to be a fragment, and we're going to get that all set up. So make sure you watch very carefully. Well, actually, most likely in this one we're just going to build the layout, but in the ones that follow, when we're actually changing it to a fragment, make sure you watch really carefully because it's going to be really easy to make a mistake. So let's go and make a new fragment. We're going to call it Fragment Profile, and this is basically just going to be replacing Activity Profile. So a lot of it is going to be the same. I'm going to copy the whole thing, paste it in there from Activity Profile, and we're just going to change this up a little bit here. So we're going to get rid of this coordinator layout because we're going to actually put this in Activity Profile later on. So let's change this to a relative layout. And it's angry at me because these tags are wrong. There we go. And we don't need this orientation. We didn't need that before either, but I don't know why that was there. And so let's give this an ID of rel layout 1, and we're going to add a top bar because right now the entire thing is contained in this layout center profile, but I want to have a separate top bar. So let's create a second relative layout down here, and we'll do match parent and wrap content, and that's where we're going to put this guy here, and this one's going to be below rel layout 1, and we can give this an ID of rel layout 2. And I'm going to grab this progress bar, throw that down there. Okay, and bottom navigation view is obviously not going to go in there. That's going to be down here. Okay, and this is match parent. This should be wrap content. Okay, so now I'm going to go into layout center profile. So layout center profile here, and we need to remove the bar. Basically, we're just going to take out this entire relative layout. I'm going to cut this, so I'm cutting it, and then I'm deleting all that. And now we're going to go back into fragment profile. I'm going to paste the bar up there, and that looks good. So we have our bottom navigation view, we have our center section here, and in layout center profile, we need to make sure we have room for the bottom navigation view at the bottom. But it looks like that's okay, so let's take a look here. That looks alright. Bottom navigation view is there. Yeah, everything looks okay. Okay, so now that that's done, we can go into our profile fragment here. So let's go up, and we're going to create a new class. So right click on profile, go to new Java class, and this is going to be profile fragment, and extend fragment, and remember to get the v4 library right there, and get your log t going, and let's insert on create view, and delete the super, inflator, inflate, container, no, resource, so our layout fragment. Gotta import that. Why isn't it importing there? Oh, there we go. Fragment profile, and container, false, and return the view. Okay, so that's cool. And now I want to go into activity profile. So let's go into activity profile, and we're going to change this because now basically activity profile is just going to be a container. That's basically all it's going to be. There isn't going to be much else because we're just going to swap out different fragments for inside of the container. So let's delete everything we have here, and inside of the relative layout, which is the only thing, we're just going to put a frame layout and do match parent and match parent. And we just need to give the frame layout an ID. There we go. So that's all we're going to put inside this. Basically, it's literally just a container that we're going to swap fragments out of or into or whatever. So let's close that, and let's see what the time is here. Oh, video's still short. So maybe we can actually get this set up. So let's go into, we can start getting it set up. We're going to go into profile activity, and we're going to basically, we almost want to empty this out almost completely, right? Because this is literally essentially just going to be a container. So let's, I'm going to actually comment out literally everything here. Everything's commented out. I'm going to comment out all of these. Don't delete them because we're going to need these methods for inside of profile fragment. So let's, we're just commenting everything out, and we're going to have a single method here. So I'm going to create a new method, private void init. And inside of init, all I want to do is navigate to the profile fragment. So log d init, I can just say inflating that fragment. I don't have a name for it, so let's actually add it to our strings here. We have our fragment names up here. So this is going to be profile fragment profile. Let's say profile. Copy that, and we can do our get string r.string profile fragment. So just letting us know that we're inflating that fragment, and now we're going to create a profile fragment. Profile. I guess we'll just call it fragment. Keep it general. Equals new profile fragment, and then we want to create a fragment transaction. So fragment transaction, we'll call it transaction equals. We need the context, so ProfileActivity.this get support fragment manager. Remember, make sure you get support fragment manager and not fragment manager. So get support fragment manager, and then we do our transaction.replace, and we tell it what we're replacing. So we're going to replace the container that we just named in activity in that activity profile, or activity profile, and rename this container. So we're just swapping out the container here, and now we want to pass the fragment that we're going to swap it out with, and this is angry for some reason. I forgot to do begin transaction, and then we want to add to backstack because we want to be able to, when we press the back button, fragments have a different stack than activities. They're totally separate. So, and fragments don't keep track of their stack. You have to keep track of it manually. So that's what we're doing right here. We're going to go transaction.add to backstack, and this is where we're going to do get string again, our profile fragment, and then we can do transaction.commit. That's it. That will navigate us to that fragment. So that's all I actually want to test. Yeah, so that's pretty much going to be it. We expect, since I have some stuff hard coded in here, we will actually see this, so it'll be easy to test. And yeah, so I don't think I'm forgetting anything, so let's just run it and take a look. Okay, so we're already signed in because we signed in last time. Now let's click on the profile over here, and there we go. Cool. So it is working. It did inflate the fragment that we wanted it to. Obviously there's no picture or anything, there's no photos because I've commented everything. Well, we're now actually in here, or not in here, sorry, in here, and there's nothing in here, so that's what we expect to happen. So everything is working as it should right now, and in the next one we're going to work on moving all this code into the profile fragment. So I'll see you guys in that next video.